Okay. Let me maneuver the light a little and see if that helps. I'm going to try to work on that positioning of the lights. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is demold these resin tumbler keychains. So we did 3 and we did some different colors. Hopefully they turn out well. This is my first try. Oh, that slid right out. I expected it to be hard to come out there, but that slid right out. Do I have a little white piece of paper to hold behind this? So the gold kind of stayed in the bottom for some reason. I will sand this. The edges are a little rough. Okay, so that's kind of nice. But the gold kind of, I don't know. I'm not liking the way the gold's doing. Yeah, these are this one's much better. So there's the front. And here's the back. And of course, you'll be able to see multiple layers on the side because I had to fill in a little clear on the back after it was done. So that's kind of cool. Still not as nice as I was hoping for. So let's see if this was the one that was going to be the gift. So okay, so I like that one. It's kind of interesting. Maybe if I'd added a little bit more white, it would have moved a little more. There's the side, the back, which I really like. The side definitely needs sanded down so I can see some air bubbles. But yeah, for a first try, that's not bad. And I can tell that the alcohol inks kind of turned the edge of that. So I'm hoping that it just stays on there and doesn't rub off onto future resin. And then we have these pieces that we did, and they're not finished. They all need more resin. We did the bottom layer where we added the alcohol inks, and then I added the sticker. This sticker turned. I had it perfectly centered, so I don't know if I'm going to continue with this one. And this one, the wine bottle. And then the one that's down off in here. It's a very colorful pineapple. So we're just going to mix some resin and add to those. And then since I'm already mixing up resin, I do have another butterfly that I want to do. It's got finer sections to it. It's much more detailed. So we're going to work on that as well. So I'm just going to scoot this here to where you can still see this one, because these need to be on a flat surface to add resin to. I'm going to move these to the side. We will sand those down later. And then I'm going to add the butterfly. Okay, so I'm going to use my little containers again. I think I've got 3, and then this. I still think half will be fine for that, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to pour the hardener first. It's more fluid, so it's easier to mix in. So I'm going to do about 1/4 hardener and hey guys, I don't know what happened. So I'm just going to mix this up. And if I have any extra after, then I have a new little mold that came in. Hello? I'm in my art room. Where you at? I'm doing a video. You're trying to hide from me. So anyway, I have a butterfly mold that came today. It took forever to come. Bill, I'm doing a video. Okay, so we're just going to top this off with some clear. Make sure it evens out everywhere. Torch it, and I'll go back and torch it again after I do these. I just want to keep scraping the sides so that it doesn't, and the bottom. Okay. Full coverage. Okay. To do this one, I need to make some colors. Or I could just pour clear resin in the whole thing and then drop alcohol inks, but then I'm going to have a lot to clean up, and I wonder how well that would clean up off the middle. Interesting. No, I think I'll put the resin in separate things, but I'll use alcohol inks to color it. That way it's kind of see-through. Okay. So I'm going to use Senorita Magenta. Two drops. I'll stir it and see if that's enough. And use Sunbright Yellow. I will say the alcohol inks are pretty strong. Like the smell you get is pretty strong. I think I'm going to add another drop of pink here. What?
I wonder if I cut one of these top straps here on these slip-on shoes right there. Will be tied on my foot.
Babe, I don't know. I don't know. I'm a little busy. Man. Okay, so I think that's a good pink. Okay, I'm doing a video. I think I like that yellow. I may add another color, but for now we're just going to do, I may add gold. I'm going to try these droppers again. I think I need finer droppers though, because these have pretty blunt tips. I think I need a dropper that has a finer tip, so maybe a smaller dropper. I'm just going to slowly let it pull up. drop it in place and kind of fill out itself for the most part. There's a huge bubble there. So normally if I could edit, I would speed this up for you guys. But since I can't, you're just going to get to see it live and how long it really takes. I am going to torch it just a hair to help it pop in. I'll move this resin out of the way and torch these again. Okay. Okay. We're going to do a couple of these over here, and then we'll add some pink. And yeah, it's a little hard to see these, but I wanted them to be almost like stained glass. So I didn't want to mix too much color in the resin because I wanted to give it that stained glass kind of feel. I'm going to sit the yellow side somewhere where it won't turn over. Stir up the pink a little bit just to make sure. Get another dropper. And slowly just let it drop. Okay. Trying to keep it in its own little lane is going to be the hard part. See, it's mixing with the yellow. But it's mainly because I don't have this extra fine tip. I need to find some more of these droppers with some really fine tips. Because instead of going down in its hole, it's connecting to the yellow beside it. And pulling that way instead of going straight down. So, I mean, it's going to have like a whimsical look, but it just, once you put one color in, the other colors kind of attract to it. So I think what I might do is just blow them in together. So it looks intentional instead of looking really weird that it just did that. I'm trying to tap it just to pull those air bubbles that are trapped inside up, because these two look like most of the air bubbles are out. I do have leftover resin in those colors and the clear. So I'm going to bring in this. This is actually for cakes, to make like butterflies for cakes. But I got it on AliExpress, which is kind of like Wish. It does take longer to get here. We're going to move this over. So it does take longer to get here. But, so I'm going to make a little tiny butterfly in pink. So I'm just going to take that stir stick and move. And try to get this to fill up with pink. It's hard to do it in gloves because it wants to slip around. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to kind of tap it. Just to make sure it gets down off in there good. And it's bubbled up a little, but as it dries, it's going to do that dome effect like it does in most of the molds. So I think it's going to be okay. Just going to set this here and let it fill back up. And I'm going to do one that's kind of half pink, half blue, or half pink, half yellow. I said blue. I don't know why I said blue. Do a pink wing. Bring it over here. Do a yellow wing. Okay. Add a little bit more yellow over here. I can tell that there's like a okay, I'm gonna try to do it a little differently on this one over here. I'm gonna try to do the bottom yellow. I'm gonna try to move this out of the way and just use this. Okay. I'm trying to do top pink. Okay. And we're going to torch that one. Go back and torch these one more time. And I still have a little bit of resin left over. So I guess we're going to do another one of these. I'm just going to have to move the angle some to that. I have some clear. I don't want to fill it full because I want to drop some alcohol inks in it. So might have enough clear to do 2. And then drop alcohol ink in. And I might have enough yellow and pink left to do the base of one of these, maybe. Or I may have to use it in here with the clear. We'll see. And then we'll end this video. I know it's been a little longer. I didn't think I would have this much extra resin after doing multiple projects. Okay, so there's that. I'm just going to use this as a stick because I've already thrown the pink stick away. Mirror. Stick. Let's see how much yellow I have left. Get it out of this first. And then we'll scrape it all out. Let's see if there happened to be just a little bit of clear left in that. I'm going to pull a little bit of clear out of this one just to give this one enough for a base. Okay, so that one has a good base. We're going to just torch that one and leave it as is. And now we're going to do alcohol inks in here. So I'm going to start with white. That was the magenta pink, and now we're going to add some yellow. Put out much. I'm going to pretty much cover this one with gold so that hopefully the gold is visible from the other side. Where we've had with the one we did, this one here, you can't see the gold really from the front. So I'm hoping that we'll see. Let's see if this white will push the gold down. Because the white seems to push the other colors down, but for some reason it doesn't really push the gold. You have to look into that a little bit more and see why the gold reacts different. If it's because it's a metallic or what causes it. There's a bubble in this one that's rather large. It doesn't want to pop. The thing is, you can't really torch these because they're flammable. So I wanted to get the bubble as far away from the alcohol inks as possible. Okay, well, I think I'm just going to let those be. I don't know how the gold one's going to turn out because the gold's just been iffy here lately, but yeah, we'll see. And we're just going to let all of this do its thing. There's a big bubble in there. If you keep pushing it down, it pops to the surface. I don't want to burn my finger though. But there it is. Okay. So there we go. We're just going to let those do for today and see how it does. I'm hoping that gold shows through more. But I don't know. We'll see. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. See if I